financial literacy, and the human condition. Welcome to Financial Fitness with the Money Doctor, Dr. Francis Rayam.
Hi, it's Francis. I just wanted to take a minute to thank you for watching this video. If you're catching us on YouTube, please help us help others by clicking like, subscribe, and all notifications so you don't miss any videos. And check back for the next video. I think you're going to love it. Thanks again. For more information, you can visit us at hugyourmoney.com. Welcome to Financial Fitness with the Money Doctor. I'm Francis Rayam, the Money Doctor. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to be talking about back-to-school shopping, how to save money and how to stay safe while you're doing that online, and what to look for when you're shopping in person. So we're going to talk about how to save money, how to do this safely if you're shopping online, and if you're shopping in person, things you need to know to keep yourself from overspending and to buy the proper products. Hopefully this will be some helpful information to you about how to save money and shop safely and get the most bang for your buck out of that annual go back to school shopping spree that parents and students are all doing right now. So first things first, shop early if you can. If you haven't already started to shop, please start shopping right away. Now, you don't usually hear me say, please go shopping right away. But in this case, I'm going to say that because we could be looking at some supply shortages. And also, if you want to get the best prices and the best selection, shopping early is one of those ways to do it. Now, I've developed an acronym for this shopping spree that I'd like to use, and you may hear this again a little later in the show, but it's CALM. Not calm like keep calm and carry on, but close. So I'm going to say CALM is careful access to learning materials and machinery. In other words, those laptops that everybody's trying to get and things like sanitation wipes or paper towels or whatever it is that you're stocking your dorm room with or sending your kid off to school with. I'm going to lump those all together and call them learning materials and machines. So when you start to get frantic and you feel like you're never going to get through this season, just back up and remember that acronym for CALM. Okay, let's talk about some tips that will help you do this safely and affordably. The first is, although about half of the people surveyed said that they prefer to shop online, the Better Business Bureau, although they still support shopping online, is saying that one of the safest ways to not get scammed and to get a good deal is to shop in person. Now, this ties into the last show we did about shopping locally. And so, anybody listening to this hopefully will feel that support if they're a local business owner. But I'm not doing it for that reason. I'm doing it because when you shop in person, you not only get a face, they're not an imposter, they're not scamming you, or at least you hope they're not scamming you. But, there's something special about picking something out in person. Now, again, just to come clean on this, I'm as quick as anybody else to shop at a big box store or online. Although when I can, I prefer to shop locally. So there's a litany of things you can do. Of course, the obvious things, compare prices and, make sure that you're getting the best deal. I'm sorry, it is a busy time of year, even for me, and my phone is blowing up next to me. But what I would say is, of course, you want to compare prices. That's a no-brainer. Hate that phrase, but there it is. But you want to find opportunities to use things like coupons, maybe sign up for those email alerts, as much email as we all get. But those alerts might, tell you that there's a special sale coming up. So think about that. Try to redeem any cash back or rebate offers that you have. And don't forget to check the store policies. So this isn't so much about saving money as it is about not wasting it and about not getting stuck in something. So store policies, what I'm talking about is returns. What if you have to return something or get a refund or redeem something? Is this a final sale? Are you buying a used item? Are you buying a refurbished item? So many things to check on there. A lot of this comes down to common sense, of course. Make a shopping list. You know, how many times do we all say this to ourselves? And maybe we do it, maybe we don't. Maybe we make a list and that's just a loose starting point, and anything we want gets suddenly added to the list. But try and make your list when things are calm, when you and your student are having conversations about what you will need, not when you're in the store saying, oh, and this looks really good. Oh, wouldn't that be good for you for school? Or wouldn't that be cute in your dorm room? So if you're looking, you know, you can spend as much money as you want on this, that's up to you. But if you're looking to cut costs or to keep things in an affordable range, a list is imperative. So not only do you want to make a list, you want to then prioritize the list. For instance, maybe the student has to have a laptop or a tablet, but they don't have to have something else that's further down the list that you thought would be particularly nice for them, but it's not a top priority. And then you can take your list, just go down them and assign a budget to them, each item. So, you know, the things that are the most important will get the highest priority for your dollars. That's how it should work. And if when you're doing your research, which you should do, of course, you recognize that you know, laptop or a tablet is going to cost you X number of dollars, and that's a large part of your budget or a large part of your affordable fund that you're going to use for this, put it down, because it's going to remind you that you can't just keep spending money endlessly. Although you can, you're going to put it on a credit card and pay a monster interest rate for it eventually. And I'll get to that in a moment. But try and keep a list, a prioritized list, and a budget. Of course, I'm going to recommend that you do this with your student. If the student is even close to old enough to start learning about money, all the way up through college and grad school, this should be a cooperative discussion so that they're learning through experience and through your leadership of how this happens. Because really, people feel panicked at this time of year, like, oh my gosh, September's coming faster than we thought. Oh no, they're actually going in on Labor Day weekend, you know. You know, it's easy for that stuff to really creep up on you. And when it does, people feel panicked. And when you're panicked, you don't make wise decisions. You make knee-jerk decisions, expensive decisions. You buy way more things than you need, and you buy the wrong things at the wrong places very often, which is where I'm headed next. Okay, let's talk about shopping online. Shopping online is up 37% year over year, according to a study on that. So why do people shop online? Obviously, because it's so convenient, but also because they think they're going to get the best price. And sometimes they do. However, the scam artists out there are well aware of this increase, and they scramble to get your dollars too. So let's talk about a few things you can do to keep yourself safe. Okay. The first is, you know, check that little address in the address bar at the top of your browser. Check it for the letters HTTPS : // Okay. That S is for secure. It's going to tell you that you're at a secure website. That alone is not enough. You could be at a secure website built by a scammer, but it is one thing to look for. Okay. Another thing to check is, of course, the actual address. So here's where it gets really muddy. A lot of big box stores, and you've probably seen the ads lately about Bed Bath & Beyond has gone out of business, and you can buy all this stuff really, really cheaply from Bed Bath & Beyond. It's probably not Bed Bath & Beyond at all. Walmart is another one who allows third-party people to sell their products, right? So when you're at a Walmart site online, it might be delivered to Walmart or it might be delivered to your home, but it may be coming through a third party that has coordinated with a company like Walmart to sell you products. Some of the huge portals are the best examples, an Amazon or an eBay or something like that. Okay. One of the things that scammers do is they grab logos, colors, language, address things that are close but not perfect, anything they can to dupe you into believing that you are on the actual website of the brand that you want to be buying something from. They are really clever at it. If you've ever gotten scammed by one of these, you shouldn't feel embarrassed about it. They're getting so good at it. I saw one the other day. I forget what the address was, but let's just say it was abcstore.com. And I saw one that was abcstore1.com. Who's going to notice that unless you're looking for it? Okay. So that's an example, obviously. So please be safe. I'm sure we'll probably talk more about safety here in a bit, but in terms of money saving, definitely look for those opportunities to combine store sales with manufacturer rebates, discounts, coupons, whatever. Now, if you're a student, or if you're a senior, not a senior as in a senior citizen, then you may well have access to discounts that you're not aware of, or even places that you can shop at that are discounted. So don't be afraid to ask for these. And I'll go over some details in the second half, but don't be afraid to ask for these discounts. Flash your student ID and see, oh, by the way, is there a discount here? Even if you're a professor, is there a discount for anybody with a .edu address? And you'll find a lot of places have them. I think Dell Computers is somebody that comes to mind at the moment for offering a student discount to anyone, I think, with a .edu address. You can check me on that, but I'm sure there are others as well. So I'm a Mac user, so I don't always know that. But yeah, I would say, one of the most important things if you're looking for, say, a laptop or a tablet, is to make sure that you're not getting yourself into trouble by not having the technology you need to run that, or overbuying what you need. So first of all, check with your child's school if they're going to be using it at school, and then check the specifications on the laptop or iPad to make sure it's going to run properly on your network at home. Maybe you need higher speed broadband to be able to really do the things that the student is going to do if they're studying at home. And the school will tell you what's required if you talk to the school about it. But that is really important. You might end up being very disappointed. You buy this great fast, computer that's able to do whatever video game creation, because that's what they're studying, and you find out that your internet speed is too slow, and now you've got to have an additional cost and a delay in time to get that internet speed up. When you're researching the brands, check for the warranties and for any reviews, but look for credible places. The internet is it's a great resource if you use it safely, but if you don't, it's really a dangerous place. So more on that when we come back. Want a financial landscape you can see over? This is what it feels like to work with a Hug financial coach. Hug Your Money. So unique, it's patented. For more information, visit hugyourmoney.com. Welcome back. This is Financial Fitness with the Money Doctor. I'm Frances Rayam, PhD, the Money Doctor. And I'm here without Jess today, so I hope that I won't bore you alone, but that you'll get some helpful information. And I'd love to get any feedback you have about this topic, which is shopping for back-to-school supplies. My acronym, careful access. Careful access to learning materials and machinery. Machinery being the electronics that we're all so used to using, whether we're studying at home or at school. And before the break, I mentioned that the internet can be a very dangerous place to shop. And we were talking a little bit about, keeping yourself safe, looking for that HTTPS in the subject line, making sure that that address bar really says that you're at the site that you expect to be at. So if you're shopping at ABC Store, it better say abcstore.probably.com. Might say .org, .edu, depending on where you're going. So since we're talking about students, I want to cover a little bit of a little psychology here, and it has to do with students and parents. When I say don't forget to ask for a deal, don't forget to say, is there a discount? There is something about that that for many people feels embarrassing or makes you feel like you're inadequate, that you don't want to ask for that discount. But really, this is your money. And you are either working very hard for it and trying to make your way through school, or you're working very hard for it and trying to help your kids make their way through school. This is one of those places where you got to just buck up. Okay. You got to be a little brave and put me in your pocket and say, Francis said it's not only okay to do this, it's the right thing to do. To just ask. You don't have to beat people up. You don't have to complain to them if they don't have a discount. Just simply say, I'm shopping for a student or I am a student. Do you offer any student discounts? As simple as that. And you will be amazed at how much money you save on this sort of thing. Even things like a AAA membership will give you a discount. Has nothing to do with students, but if you don't ask for it, you won't get it. So if let's say you have to check into a hotel while your kid's going back to school and you're trying to get them settled, ask at the hotel, do you offer a AAA discount if you're a AAA member? Do you offer a senior discount? If you're over 65, a lot of places offer them over 55. I remember being a little disappointed understanding that I was a senior for some places at age 50. So, you know, it's an opportunity for places to be competitive when they offer these discounts. So if you don't ask about them, you won't know about them. So no shame there. Please, students and parents, remind each other that you need to ask about these discounts. Okay. Some money saving things that you can do either in person or online. One of them is to combine your efforts with other parents or other students so that you can get a bulk price on something. Maybe 6 of you in the neighborhood need to buy laptops. They're all going to similar schools. They all need similar kinds of, machinery, whatever, equipment, electronics. See if you can get a discount if you buy all 6 of them together. You might be well surprised. Ask your school. Ask the school that the student is attending. Do you have any programs, any discounts you have used or refurbished machinery that somebody sent in the last year or left here that is still, operable and can be upgraded to proper use? You might save a lot there. I know, everybody wants brand new and they want it now, but you know what happens if that's not affordable in cash? It ends up on a credit card, which leads me to talk about credit cards for a moment. So if you have to put things on a credit card, I want you to use a 0% credit card if you can find one. And I know you will want to pay that off before the interest accrues and comes home to roost. And that may be possible and it may be prudent. But if that can't happen, or if you want to see how you could still pay very low interest, even after they whack that high interest on there, you can contact us and we'll help you through with that. Where a credit card is very useful is for protection. And so even if you pay the item off right away or off in a month or two, I want you to always use a credit card if you have one when you're buying things. It offers a level of protection that buying it in cash or writing a check might not offer. So if you buy, let's say we'll use a scenario where you're shopping in person and you buy, again, a laptop. Okay, you buy the laptop and there's a problem with it. Maybe the business owner you're dealing with says, oh no, you forgot to check our rules and no, we're not going to take that back. If you really run into a hiccup, you can call your credit card company and they'll jump in and help to resolve the issue. So credit cards have their place, and that's one of them, is just to really to offer you some protection. Now you can also use payment services that offer buyer's protection, so that, if you pay through this card, you will get an extra year or 2 warranty or some other protection. Remember to look at those things. I mean, these electronics are going to get bounced around a lot. They're going to go from a bus to a school to a dorm and back again, and things happen. So look for that buyer's protection and see if you can save yourself from a headache down the road. When we're talking about online safety, I talked a little bit about scammers lifting this information from a website, and I can tell you personally, we once had to send legal letters to another advisor who lifted an entire page off of our site colors, everything. Just changed the header to their logo. That was it. And, they do it for a reason. They do it because they're lazy. They don't want to make money honestly. They don't have a product to sell. I'm sure that if Jess was here, she would have probably told a story about a time that she ordered something that she shared with us online one time on the air. She ordered something because the price seemed really good. It didn't seem quite too good to be true. It still was relatively expensive, but yeah, this looks really good. It's a pretty good discount. And she ordered it, and of course, it never arrived. And it was several $100s of an item. And there's a lot of this going on. So if you're scrolling through the internet and you get a pop-up that says, "Hey, you're looking for laptops. We got this great laptop." You need to first of all check and make sure it's a company you really know, a legitimate site, not a scammer. So try to shop for brand names for big ticket items like this because there's a lot of scams out there, or a BBB wouldn't be talking about it. And then make sure that it is the product you want, that you're not getting duped into. I know you're looking for instance, a Mac, but we have this computer over here and we think it's just as good and it might do what you want it to do, but was it what you were really shopping for? Or did you become enticed by some ad that perhaps brought you to a scammer's website? So you give up your hard-earned money and you never get the laptop. And when we're talking about shopping for school, you just can't afford to have that happen. You need to know that those supplies and products are going to be here in time for you to start class. So again, shopping in person might be your friend here. But if you are shopping online, you can do it. Just be wary of those kinds of things. There are supply drives. Some communities are setting up supply drives. So you could check with your school, your community center, your local government, and see if anybody is having a supply drive. Also, if you can afford to donate equipment, whether it's a drafting set or it's a laptop or it's hand sanitizer and paper towels. Those things are usually welcomed by people who need those supplies, which leads me to remind you that you can shop at budget places. Like if there's a survival center in your area, that money goes right back into the same community usually. Sometimes there's a food pantry there, whatever. And so think about both sides of that. How can you benefit from that? If your child is going to school far away from you, it might be good to do a little recon over there about how can they take advantage of something like a food pantry if they need it, or keep their costs down, things like that, while making sure that it's comfortable for everybody involved. But there should be no shame in this sort of thing. This is what we pay taxes for. This is why we donate. Okay, we want people to utilize those programs. That's what they're there for. Obviously, I'm going to say if you can buy anything in cash, buy it in cash. Why pay interest if you don't have to? But first, put that credit card in the middle and then just pay it off before you have a problem. Once the charge is on the credit card, even if you pay it off tomorrow, it doesn't matter. The credit card's in the middle. They will help you if you have a problem. Not too many layaway plans exist anymore, but every now and then somebody will have one short term for back to school, but you might be able to do that. You might be able to pay a little bit a week for the next few weeks until school starts. I talked a bit about group discounts, but get a bunch of people together, see what you can do. Shop at stores that are like wholesale clubs for bulk items and split them up with other people that are going to school. You probably don't need 48 rolls of paper towels right away in your basement, but somebody else might take 6, someone might take 8. You might work that out. So I think that's really a valuable thing to remember. There are stores that offer programs and discounts that are great for students. One comes to mind immediately. I was in an Ocean State job lot, which isn't everywhere in the country. It's a Rhode Island chain and it's spread across to New England states. But Ocean State job lot is a lot like a Big Lots, or it's not quite like a dollar store, but it's a bargain kind of a store. And Ocean State Job Lots has something called a crazy deal, and it really is a crazy deal. It's not an advertisement for Ocean State. I'm not connected to Ocean State in any way, but as I was checking out the other day, I saw that they had a backpack program, backpack supplies, things like that. And what the deal was is if you bought the backpack for $20, they would donate a backpack, brand new, to a student who needed it, and they would give you a $20 card to spend on anything you wanted in the store. That's pretty nice from a store. And that's why they call them crazy deals, right? So that's a pretty great deal. So, you could think about doing that if you're able to donate something like that that's useful to students in the area. That money stayed locally. If you want more information about this, you really could go online anywhere, but Better Business Bureau at bbb.org has a lot of information there. Many of the things I've told you about avoiding scams and shopping well and all of that are from them. Of course, lots is directly from me as well, but I use them as a resource. FTC.gov, federaltradecommission.gov. You could look for scam alerts there and make sure that you're not getting in trouble. Snopes, Snopes. If you look up Snopes, if you Google Snopes, you could say, I saw this thing, the price looked too good to be true. Is this laptop at abc.com for $200 legit? And they'll tell you the percentage of people, the percentage that it might be a scam and why. If you find any of these scams, please report them, at least to the BBB or to FTC, because if we don't report them, they just continue to perpetuate. And pretty soon, we're not going to be able to shop for anything and know where we're at. I mean, they're already spoofing phone numbers and calling you from phone numbers that aren't the real person. You're already getting robocalls from, robots instead of people, and they're scamming people like crazy online. So, the best thing we can do is to fight back about that. And really that's about, calling out these fake websites. But in any case, no matter what you do with this information, I just hope that you can stay away from any fraudsters. If you're shopping online, shop safely. If you're going in person, great, but don't forget in either case to check on any discounts. Check with your neighbors, pool together for some group discounts, and whatever you do, we want this to be a pleasant experience. You should be focused on the school experience and not trying to get your money back from some scammer somewhere. So whatever you're doing, whatever you're spending right now, I know you want to say, whew, when we get through this, they'll be all set. They'll be in school and we can get back to our regular expenses. But it won't happen. There will be, I promise you, there will be more expenses that will crop up that you did not see coming. And so if what you want to do is have a way to manage your money, including managing your debt, not necessarily only getting rid of your debt, although we do a lot of that. But if what you want to do is manage your money, you need to talk to a good financial coach and learn some skills that most of us are never taught in terms of budgeting, in terms of control, in terms of debt management, good shopping, things like we talk about on the show, but on a one-on-one basis, so you can really benefit from personalized, customized advice. So I would encourage anybody to reach out to a good financial coach, not necessarily a financial advisor who often will talk to you about investments, but somebody who does, somebody who's well-versed in that basic work of budget, debt, retirement, estate planning, somebody who can work with a team, work with your attorney, work with your accountant. If you can find a good person like that, I think it's worth a lot to you. And just learn along the way and then pass that on to the next generation. So thank you for watching Financial Fitness with the Money Doctor, even though I was all by my onesies again. And I hope that you took something great away from this. And I hope that the educational experience for you is just everything you hope it would be, and a wonderful learning experience. Thank you. Confused about student loans and those parent loans? What are the options? Your Hug financial coach can help sort it out. Hug Your Money. So unique, it's patented. For more information, visit hugyourmoney.com.